What up, though, and welcome to another edition of
The Unfinished Project.
I'm your host, Meech.
And I'm your host, Rish.
Hey, what's up,
guys? What's going on?
Welcome.
I love podcast day.
Me too.
I love just being here in this space, in this room.
I know.
It's good.
Every time I peek in here, I just
I'm like,
feel good, right?
Yes.
It's like sacred space.
What's going on? What are we about to talk about? Because we have an interesting, relevant, current event type of topic today, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So we're talking about cancel culture. And y'all know, this is like, I feel like cancel culture is kind of new.
It is new. I think it's newer.
Yeah, because like back in the day, people did whatever they did. You knew, or maybe
but you didn't know. That's what it was.
Is that what it was?
You never knew what everyone was doing. It wasn't so front and center. Instant. You didn't know all the time.
But now we got TMZ, Instagram, Shade Room, to put
all
you on blast.
all of them.
Yeah, and then most people.
And then they put their own business out there too. So you just have
everybody's
your whole
business.
life there to judge, to be judged, and to be ridiculed and picked apart. So
and then we decide
who's acceptable, who's not, and that's kind of like a crazy era that we're in because it happens not only like in like on Instagram, but it's like worldwide. It's on the news. It's like one person does something bad and all of a sudden
it's news.
Yeah, like but I have one I just thought about that we did not list. But the whole thing that's going on in Texas with
their governor or their senator,
and how he's now canceled.
He's canceled
because he decided to take his family to Mexico.
He said he was just dropping them off
so they can have a good time, and they shouldn't be here for all this crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so let's dig in because I think it's a good and a bad thing. I think it's a two-edged sword.
Why you say?
Because I feel like there's some good that can come from it. I feel like. With this whole cancel culture that we're in, we've exposed a lot of bad that's been going on that we might not have known. Like, I could just think of like just injustices when you think of like big major events that happen, like the whole thing with all the police brutality and all the killings and all that, and George Floyd, and how our voices was what propelled justice, or what looks like justice right now. You know what I mean? So there's always, I think there's a good in it because of that. It exposes people. It gives people a voice. People who would otherwise not even have a voice to like say how they feel. We all live and we're all citizens of the world and of America, to be more specific to us. And, a lot of times we don't get, our voices are not heard. Like we just things are chosen for us on our behalf. Now we kind of have some kind of say-so on how things go. We're able to come together and collectively try to change things. I think that's a good part of cancel culture because, certain things just don't go.
You feel like it's the collective saying no more.
This. Like we've had enough of this, or this is unacceptable, or you can't be in this position and do X, Y, Z.
And I get that, but I also think that we take that and kind of run with it because that's so subjective.
It is.
As to what's okay.
Because
we're all so different. Yeah, we're all so different. So, like, you have, like, half of people, or not even half of people, that's a crazy amount of people, but you have, like, a lot of people who are just like, this is wrong, and it's, like, cancel culture on a smaller level. You know what I mean? You can cancel on a smaller level.
Because I feel like it's getting to the point where you can't, like, are you allowed to even make mistakes? Are you allowed to, like...
Or to even be different, or to be transparent.
Yeah, you don't have to be... what everyone says. You don't have to agree with it. And if you don't, I feel like now you're unacceptable.
Everything's so touchy. Everything's so sensitive.
Nothing is a joke anymore. You can't joke about anything.
No, I was saying the other day, like, I missed this old show from back in the day. Y'all remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yes.
I'm like, but they couldn't have that today. Because people so sensitive. People
absolutely. But do you think... Are they too sensitive, or are we just so...
Are we just being...
So desensitized to, like that's not funny. Like, certain things are not to be joked about.
Yeah, it's so touchy because, like, everything is so different for everyone. Like, for me, I don't like to be called a female.
Right.
Don't call me a female.
Had this whole thing lately where, like, don't call me a female.
No, I'm a woman.
Like,
I'm
not a female.
But you don't realize, like, even small things like that, people, like me, I don't just be like, don't call me a female. But in my mind, I'm cringing. and I'm like, please don't say it again. Like, you know,
Right.
I'm not females, I'm a woman. But like, people all have their things like that. So if you try to cater to every person's thing, that's when we become like this super sensitive society who can't even just say, you know, you can't even make a statement.
You can't disagree.
Yeah, or you can't even, without offending somebody. Everything offends somebody now. And we all have things like that.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like gotten to the... I feel like it's good intent, and this has gotten out of control because now we're just left to be like, okay, so what am I just like a sheep? Do I just have to do what everyone says?
And conform to make everyone comfortable.
Yeah, and then it kind of leaves this thing where like you're still doing things secretly, or you know, it's like because you're still doing it. People do, like, for example, we can start digging into like the people, and this is a very recent one. If you guys are like keeping up with like what's going on like this past week or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even know about this.
So, you know, the girl from Wild 'N Out, Lovely Mimi.
Yeah.
She's
like of Asian. Is she Vietnamese?
She's Vietnamese.
Okay.
She was on live or on TikTok or one of those things. She said the N-word. And she said it and she caught herself and she was like, oh, sorry. You know, she didn't mean to say it. And then later on, you know how now these days, if you make one mistake, you got to have a whole video apologize and do all this stuff. So she did that. Made a video that that's why she doesn't say it publicly. She says it privately.
See, I don't like
so
that.
So it was just like, so you're still doing it. You just don't want to do it in front of people because you don't want to get judged or canceled.
Right.
Because now you're about to be canceled.
Yeah.
But you're still going to say it. You're just going to say it on camera.
So I think the reason she probably feels comfortable is, one, she dresses, she acts, she talks like a black woman. Her kids are black. Yeah. Her man is black. And so she feels like she can say it. I don't feel like she can say it, though. And some people might let her. You know what I mean?
Right, her friends, I'm sure she says it all the time. Yeah. So, or she says it privately or whatever. I don't even think
Cardi B should be able to say it. Like, I don't like what she says, that she's not black.
But what's black? What do you mean by black? Because she is.
I mean,
she considers herself to be that.
Why? How you gonna consider? Let's let me consider myself white. I consider myself white now. You know?
But it's not just her considering she is of Caribbean descent. Her people in her family are all shades of, because if she was a darker skin complexion, like you look at Amaga, right?
She can say
right. They're from the same place.
They are.
So is it? I mean, I don't know technically, but you know what I mean. So like, is it subjective on skin color?
We were talking about that.
That's a whole other.
That's a whole podcast topic. I don't go too far off on it, but we were like saying, I was on Clubhouse and we were saying like, should only people that were the descendants of slaves be able to say it?
But she was too. In that argument, slaves were dropped off in the Caribbean just as much as they were dropped off here in the U.S.
Just as much as? Oh.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I guess we should all be able to. I don't like it.
The name, I don't mean the word itself is just.
And we've made it so, you know how black people do. Like, we have a way of taking something negative.
Yeah, we have. Not really.
Yeah, it's like a term of endearment. It's right. Or a colloquial. Say it again.
Colloquialism.
Black people have a way. We have a way of taking something so negative and turning around and making it look cool and making everybody want to do it. And it just, you know, we have that way of doing that.
Yeah, because nothing is ever. It's not ours anymore because everything is, once we make it cool, then
it's everybody's. And somebody takes it and sells it and, you know, whatever. But yeah, I don't like that. So back to what you were saying. Lovely Mimi. Yeah, that's not cool. But do I think she should be canceled?
Like Paula Deen was canceled. Her whole shit. Oh, yeah. Paula Deen said the N-word. That was a rap for Paula Deen.
Paula Deen been saying the N-word though. You see how
right. It just off too easy. And she just got canceled.
So, okay.
But yeah,
do you think Lovely Mimi should be canceled for what she said?
I mean, canceled from what? Who? She's
from
not
what?
like,
she ain't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
She could just be, it's Lovely Mimi. I don't care to be her to be canceled. I'm not her fan.
Yeah.
I mean, she does great nails, and I've been to her nail salon in Atlanta.
Really?
Shout out to her.
She does do great nails though.
But, like it's not.
Should people stop spending money with her? Like if they're offended.
I thought we're allowed to make mistakes. If she owned up to it.
But it's a mistake if the only mistake is that we heard her.
Absolutely. That was her mistake. She owned up to her.
You gotta tighten up.
Exactly. Don't let it slip on live again. That's it.
Because that's the mistake. But
there's just certain things. Maybe you should like.
What about mulatto? That's what a couple of my friends were saying on Clubhouse too. Like a mulatto was like a derogatory term. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so like she had some controversy and she ended up changing her name to Big Lotto.
Right.
And so now everybody's all good and fine. But like, if she had not changed her name to Big Lotto,
well, it's like light skin Keisha. Her name is controversial because they say she's not light skinned, or why say light skinned? Because why are you even bringing that? You know, we're kind of not trying to do the whole light skin, dark skin type of thing.
Yeah, but she didn't change her name.
Kind of, so she goes by like Big Bang Bisha.
Oh, she Big Bang
more
Bisha.
so than light skin Keisha.
That's crazy.
But because you have to be sensitive to your audience. You have to know you might offend people. It's offensive.
Yeah.
Certain things are offensive just because.
Neither of those offend me, but I get.
Yeah, but people can be offended just because it's not you're not offended by it doesn't mean that someone else isn't. So you do, if you're in the public eye, you do have to be careful of how you come across to your audience. You're not trying to offend. And there's a thin line with just being who you are and like who cares what people think.
Yeah.
Versus like I need to care what people think. Like there's that thin line right there. So it's like often like when is the line drawn?
I'm not ready for that. I don't think I am, because once you get a certain level of influence, that does matter.
That does matter. Look at B. Simone. That's another one.
Yeah. Oh, what did B. Simone say? They got her canceled.
The first time. What did she do? She had first she copied somebody's book.
Yeah, she plagiarized a book or something, right?
Yeah. That was, I think, the thing where she got canceled. And then
but it was something coupled with that. She said something.
Oh, the 9 to 5 thing.
Yeah, she didn't want to date a man with a 9 to 5.
Right.
Pissed off everybody.
Everybody with a 9 to 5.
I'm sure all her customers are 9 to 5.
Yeah. But I think it was bigger than. I think what she was trying to say was.
They were making it seem like she was saying 9 to 5ers weren't good enough for her, but she was just saying her standard is she wants to date.
Yeah, and her lifestyle, because of 9 to 5, not gonna understand her entrepreneurial schedule, and lifestyle. And they were making
jokes like, "What you printing out? You printing out labels?" The internet is relentless. But I can understand that. I have a new friend, and she was saying how she doesn't want to be friends with anybody that's not an entrepreneur. Period. And like, to some people that can be offensive because they're like, okay, I have a job. Like you could think, if you don't know where she's coming from, and she's saying like, you're not good enough to be my friend. But what she's saying is like, I like-minded people. I like people who can add value to me.
The thing about comments like that is that you cut off an entire group of people that you don't even know who's like-minded or not. You're basing that based off of what they do for a living or how much money they make right now. You don't even know what level.
But you cut yourself off with that.
You do.
Yeah, so I feel like when you do that, because I can get why she's saying it, but I wouldn't do it.
Entrepreneurs can also be narrow-minded and not like-minded.
Entrepreneurs also start off as 9 to 5ers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But who's to say a 9 to 5er is not? I'm an entrepreneur in the making. I work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do both.
Yeah, so if you want to cut me off, because that's fine, like how you said, but it's just so narrow-minded thinking, in my opinion, for you to even just say no. Like, no. But I mean, everybody has their.
But you cut yourself off. How I feel like is like you're handing the sword to yourself. Like you're like, okay, like, because you cut off all these people because of whatever reason. I don't judge her for it. I get why she could say it. I don't necessarily agree with it. That's not how I pick people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But if that's her standard, if that's the way she picks people, I have another friend who says she'll only date an entrepreneur. Mm. She's not dating the same thing like B. Simone said. I'm not dating anybody that's not an entrepreneur. I don't care if he's a rich doctor. I don't care about how much money he has.
It's not about the money. It's about the lifestyle, the mindset.
Yeah. And so I get it. You know, you could be cutting yourself off from so many other people, but that's your standard. But B. Simone definitely got canceled between those two. She said something recently that I honestly agree with. When she's talking about manifesting a man, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I agree with that.
Be who you're asking for this, but you're not that. Absolutely. We
be the person you want to find.
One of our episodes a couple weeks ago, kind of.
Yeah, we kind of touched on that. And she was saying, like, which is something I'm going to actually take her up on. I was supposed to do it the other night, but I didn't. Is make a list of, like, the man you want. Remember we made our list years ago? So remake the list, right? And then, like, are you comparable to the type of woman that man will want? Like, do you embody these things? Do you want a man that's rich, but your bank account's negative? You want a man with a six-pack,
but you don't work out? So the thing that people have an issue with that, and I agree with her, and I still have that question. So if you're not that, are you not?
Do you not deserve Kevin Samuels?
Right. Yeah, that's what I think of right then and there. Him himself. Like, do I not deserve that if I'm not that? Not to say, I get what you're saying. You should want to be equally there with the person that you want to attract. You can't attract a certain type of person and you're not that.
Yeah.
I do agree with that, but like, is it just
it's not cut and dry. It depends, because different strokes for different folks, right? So some, multi-million-dollar earner type of men want a housewife. You get what I'm saying? Some very attractive men, women like men who aren't so attractive. So it's not to say because you're, a 9 physically that you deserve a 9, you already better, or because you're a 5, you only deserve a 5. Like you're a woman who's a 5,
right? Based on whose standards.
On whose standards, because
everybody has their own standards.
Everybody, yeah.
Your 5 is somebody else's 10.
Yeah,
and your 10 is somebody else's 2.
Yeah, I know someone like that. I don't want to say who because I don't want to offend anyone, but like, I know someone like a man that's really, really attractive, right? So like by society standards, he's a very attractive man. But his girl is not very attractive, like not very physically attractive, which he knows, but he's like, that's not what attracted me to her. I love the person she is. I love her kindness. I love how sweet she is, how she treats me and other people. And that's what attracted me to her. So they may look like an unorthodox couple together in public because he's obviously so attractive and she's obviously not. But that's not what attracted them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody's not that way. Like, and for me, I used to be very shallow. I used to always want the finest nigga in the school. Like, so, and I always switched schools. As soon as I got to a new school, I'm like, I want him. Always been that way. And it even started to bleed over into my adulthood. But then I realized I have to stop putting so much emphasis on looks because you can't help that you were born fine. You can't help that you were born attractive. You popped out cute. Congratulations. But like, what type of person are you? Like, how do you treat me? I'm like more attracted to how I'm treated now. And that's really shifted things as far as like dating and things for me.
Yeah.
It's more about how you treat me than how you just happen to look. Okay. You
still have to be attracted to a
You still have to be attracted.
So there has to be a level of
attraction. But you can't just
throw attraction is not just based on looks, right? No. Something else can make somebody really attractive.
How I am
somebody's work ethic could be attractive. Their mind, the way they speak could be so attractive.
Yes.
How they carry themselves is very attractive.
Yes, presence.
How you dress. You could be ugly. You know them ugly man that just
can dress and smell good.
Man that smell good is definitely nice.
That's one of them.
You can control certain things.
So yes.
So that's the things that
and you can increase your attractiveness. I remember there was this guy I was dating like a few months back, and I was just telling Marisha, like, I love his mind. Like, and if you looked at him, you wouldn't think he was my type, because I've always had a type up until recently, but he was just like, it was just like the way his mind worked, like, really, really, really intrigued me. So, like, I was so attracted to him, even though he wasn't, like, all of my physical type, but I had to learn to relinquish control of that, because my type has only gotten me my multiple failed relationships. So I am letting go of my type and trying to deal with something more genuine.
Absolutely.
I don't even know how we got here.
I know, but we're here. We're
gonna
go back.
Bring it on back.
All right, so let's talk about some other people.
Oh, I got one. Who you got, Rish? Tell me who you got.
Let's talk about a person that we just agree should be canceled and just still is everywhere. That's what I'm going to talk about because he's 6ix9ine. Is that his name? The little
Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Yes, the little
I decided to cancel him if nobody else would. I don't play him no mind. I heard that they just released some documentary about him.
So he's canceled, but still is not canceled.
But he's so canceled that he's still relevant.
He wants to be canceled. Right. It gets to a point where you're canceled to be relevant.
Yeah.
Like he wants to be.
He's like a professional troll, though.
Exactly.
He's literally a troll. And he's just made a lot of money off of it. And it's just like...
And that's all he cares about.
Yeah.
And so, like, cancel culture, people, they get so much, like, attention.
Because that's what it's all about. For some of them. For the troll type of cancel culture people, like Tekashi 6ix9ine. He just wants attention. Yeah. And people who want attention, they don't care what type of attention. They don't care what they got to do for. You saw him running up on Meek Mill the other day. Like, what? Like, what are you doing?
He should be canceled, too, for his Kobe verse that he had on his song.
I didn't hear it.
Something he said. I don't even want to I don't know what it said. But
yeah,
they ain't like that. The folks, the fans, the people, the voice,
no.
They ain't like that. Black Twitter didn't like it. Yeah, it was
Black Twitter will cancel your ass.
Quick.
Don't play with Black Twitter. You could be regular and get canceled on Twitter. You could be a regular straight girl with 200 followers.
Not again.
Black Twitter will cancel you.
And that's it.
I love it though. Twitter is so...
But it's so judgmental. Our society has become so judgmental. It's just so...
I just think everybody's just super duper sensitive and wants everything to be
so opinionated. Correct.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks their opinion is correct.
It's the one, yeah. It's just really sensitive. Okay, so I want to talk about this one.
Who?
I want to talk about the obvious cancel, right? R. Kelly.
Okay, because an important question needs to be posed right here.
Okay, so I feel like R. Kelly should be canceled because I can see the pain and the trauma that he's caused all these people, right? It's undeniable. Everybody Absolutely. Not lying. Like, I'm really big on the eyes type of person, right? Like, I can see pain in people's eyes. I don't know what that is called, but I can do it, right? So when I'm watching these documentaries, I can see the brokenness in these women as they recount these stories and recall these stories of the things he's done to them. And I'm like, he's really broken these women, you know, like, this is real trauma. And so, like, I do not negate the fact that he is absolutely musically talented. He is a beast. All he gotta do is open his mouth. All he gotta do is think it up. This man made 32 parts of a Trapped in the Closet, and I've never been more entertained by nothing in my channel. And I love what he's created, but like, I hate how he's, you know, made
outside
people
of the
feel
music, who he is.
So that goes back to you.
The question.
What's your question? Because I'm gonna ask you a question.
Can you separate the person from the talent?
The man from the talent?
Yes. Can his music be independent of who he is as a person in his normal life? And that's the thing.
It's so hard to say yes because some of those things come from a place that hurt people, like the Pied Piper. To actually find out what the hell that means. They're like, what? He got me over here like...
But then that's to say, it's like, okay, so then you go down the rabbit hole of, you know, everybody has something to hurt somebody that we don't even know about. I'm sure.
Yeah.
People who have done just hurtful things.
Harvey Epstein, Bill Cosby. I mean, we're talking just stuff like this, but the list could go on, right? So... Dave Chappelle had this.
And when Michael Jackson had that whole
Michael Jackson
scandal going on, but back then it wasn't as cancel culture as it is now. And he did get a lot of pushback from all that, but his music, people still loved him. People still love R. Kelly.
Yeah. Oh, that's undeniable. I'm from Detroit, and I went home in December for Christmas. They ain't canceled him up there. Chicago, Ohio, Detroit, they have not canceled this. They were stepping in the name of love when I went to Detroit just a couple months ago. So he's not canceled everywhere. But I was thinking about something Dave Chappelle said. He had like to stand up, you know, he kind of like, he just talking his stuff. And so he was talking about Bill Cosby, and he was like, he rapes, but he helps. And he, you know, like,
I know.
He rapes, but he's like put all these people through school. He's like done all these amazing things for black people, but he rapes. Yeah, he was saying that to say the same thing you were saying. Like, can you separate the accomplishment from
the negative,
the things that he's
the scandals,
the pain he's caused people? Like, does that trump the
I
good
want to
he's
say
done?
yes, and I know that's probably not the answer.
You want to say the good trumps the bad?
Yeah, not that it trumps the bad. I don't think it trumps the bad. The good is there just as much as the bad is there. But people, you can beat both. A person is not just all pure, all evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so why can't you... He should get punished for what he's done, but he should also get praised for what he's done too. Because that's not fair. I mean, not like praise, but like you should get recognized for the good that you've done.
Yeah.
But you should still get punished for the bad. Like, your good does not erase your bad.
Yeah.
Just as much as your bad doesn't erase your good.
Yeah.
But
how do you hold someone up like that? How do you say?
I mean, sometimes I guess maybe it does outweigh.
Yeah.
But it doesn't erase, I would say. Like, Bill Cosby, his bad, he's going to go down as like, you know, this is going to tarnish who he was, but it doesn't erase who he was.
Yeah.
And with R. Kelly, I think about him too, and I love his music.
Yeah, me too.
I still might listen to a couple songs.
Oh, you do?
Here and there. If it comes on,
coming
I might. I don't look at him the same. Even sometimes I can't listen to certain songs.
That's what I'm saying.
Certain songs, I'm like, I just don't know where his mind was at when he was writing this. I don't know.
Was this a
I don't know. And I'm torn. I'm a person that's torn. Like, I truly... Like, he should pay. He should be in jail for the rest of his life if you were to ask me.
Yeah.
As to what he's been accused of doing, what I think he's done. But at the same time, like, he was a musical genius.
I know.
If Van Gogh, he was a great artist. I'm sure he's done bad things in his life, right? Didn't he?
Maybe.
But his art is still up.
Yeah.
I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like.
But how do you appreciate the art? And like,
I mean, it's definitely not the same.
The person.
It's not the same.
How do you lift them both
until
up?
you punish them? How? By listening to their music? Because I feel like we've become judge, jury, to everybody. We prosecute, we do everything before they even get a day in court. People are already guilty. You know what I mean? Sometimes things come out where it wasn't even that was the case. People were, we've decided already what I was watching the what you call it. I don't know if you guys seen this on Netflix, the documentary about the girl who died in that hotel in LA. And
was it like a Asian woman?
Yes.
Okay, we were just talking about that, yeah.
And so I don't want to spill the beans on it. Yeah. But basically, people were being accused of murdering her, right? Yeah. People. And it come to find out they didn't kill her. But for example, there was this one guy. He was like a YouTuber, whatever. But he was like real dark, real creepy. Like he looked like he could kill anybody. Seriously, right? And he stayed at that hotel around the same time. Now she was there, and the whole internet thought that he killed him, right? That he killed her. So they're writing all type of stuff to him, like you deserve to die. You need to be punished for what you did. Admit that you killed her. Da 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 da. And ruined this man. And when it came to find out that it wasn't him, it's just like, no apology, no nothing.
There's no embracing.
Done. And now his whole life, he was suicidal because he lost everything. Like nobody believed him. He lost he was a whole singer, YouTuber. All his stuff went left.
That's the thing about mistaken cancel culture is there's no welcoming you back.
No, there's not. I'm sorry. He was like, you look guilty. Oh well.
We thought, and there's a stain on your name and it stays.
And that's it.
And nobody cares about the damage that they've, because you know how the U.S., I don't even just want to blame the U.S., but I'm just going to blame us because this is our thing. You know how we can come storm and tear everything up, like you said, and be judge, jury, and prosecute you. And then if we wrong,
that's it. Next thing.
You don't hear nothing. It's so quiet when we wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And I'm not, because I think we could all agree, or most of us could agree that R. Kelly is guilty. Yeah. But we've already, even before anything,
but we ignored it for so long too, because see, when he was out, it was before the cancel culture. It's not new.
Exactly.
It just
before cancel culture.
Right. So they shedded a new light on it with the new way we do things, and then now we handle it the way we do things.
Exactly.
But we've always known. I can't remember being young and way too young to have seen that tape. You know what I mean? Way too young to even know what that might have been. But seeing that,
but it wasn't part of cancel culture. It wasn't cancel culture. Same man, same stuff. He hasn't. I mean, I don't know if he's done more new things or maybe he.
I think he's just doing the same thing.
The same stuff that he's always been doing.
But yeah, but it's just the same, and we've always known. But now we're like, yeah.
I don't know. See, it's crazy.
It is.
Because it makes you think like, dude. So then it's like this whole. We become so social, quote unquote. We were all on the internet. We're all on social media. We're all connected. We there's no separation of anything anymore. We just all become this. We just castrate people to the social dungeon. Yeah, and that's it. And once you're there, that's it. And you're just. It's like, so now when you're not social, you're not popular on the internet anymore. You're not a popular celebrity. It's like now.
It's like we socially isolate.
And then now that person is left feeling
like. You see what they did Donald Trump? He is he's silent. He can't even Google out on.
He can't use nothing.
He can't get on
a dictionary. He needs
some encyclopedias.
That's it. I don't think I have an iPhone no more, to be honest.
He needs some Britannicas.
Yeah, and a Nokia phone. That's it.
He can play a little snake.
But people don't think he deserves to cancel, and some do.
Yeah,
because he has supporters.
Yeah. Probably going on dark web. That's
exactly what the hell he has.
Yeah. So I have a question. Who do you think should be canceled?
That hasn't been canceled. I don't know.
You got one. I got one.
That I think. I always think 50 Cent, but he doesn't do anything canceled.
Yes, he does.
He's just so out of pocket. And the way he does his son.
He out the pocket. He out the jeans.
Yeah, and people ignore him.
He's like Boosie.
Boosie is one. I love Boosie. Boosie. But he said some crazy shit.
Boosie. We're not canceling.
And see, but why? Because you like him.
I love Boosie.
Because the people love Boosie. Everybody loves Boosie. He speaks his mind, whatever. But he says controversial things. But think of somebody. Let Beyonce say half the things he said. Let Jay-Z say anything Boosie say. And that's it. Let Oprah say some crazy. Oprah is gone. You know what I mean? But it's because it's Boosie. Right, but does it make it okay?
Yes.
See, it's like it's so
double. He's got some crazy stuff to say. You just
ignore him.
I love okay.
People have canceled him.
No, but I do.
He said something about what is the girl's son, Gabrielle Union, and them.
And
he said something about
stuff about that.
And now he's
and we just chucking up the booty.
Right. Exactly. Wow. That's not fair. If you want to cancel, then what's the standard? Then he definitely crossed the line. Absolutely.
But then he sang his way back in her heart. He was singing that Betty Wright the other day, boy. I wanted to be in that cartwheel.
See, and it's like a big double standard.
What about Chris Brown? Was he ever canceled when he beat Rihanna?
But it's never been the same for Chris Brown. He's been tarnished from that since the day it happened.
Yes, but no. I feel like, I used to love Chris Brown. Like, I thought
I thought he would have been even. He's a
he
big
star. He would have been bigger.
He would have been even bigger.
He would have been like Michael Jackson, Beyonce. I mean, he is.
But he is. But he has that, like, shadow on him.
Yeah. But
because we still
I kind of canceled him. Like, I was like 16. I mean, like I said, I had Chris Brown pictures all in my locker. Like, I used to write Chris Brown wifey on everything. Like, Brittany Brown. Like, I love the way that sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was obsessed with this man since running, okay?
You ran into your heart, girl.
Ran into my heart, girl. That's my first ringtone, everything. When he did that, I went and took the pictures out of my locker. I said,
you was already
want to beat me in my dreams, okay? Not even in my dreams when you put your hands on me. And I took all that stuff down. And, of course, I still bop to some Chris Brown songs. I mean, who has not? But I've honestly never really saw him the same.
I think we should separate. Because if we were to be fair, in our own day-to-day lives, we do crazy shit. We really do. And if people were to put a microscope on us and our lives and the choices that we've made and the things that we've done, if they looked at our past relationships and all the crazy stuff that we did and whatever, so we would be canceled.
Yeah, I actually think about that often. Like, if I get to a certain level of influence,
you can't do certain things, and you're gonna all your Twitter's gonna come right back.
All I gotta do is dig back,
and now things that were just okay.
You go on back about 1,200 posts on Instagram,
and that's the thing.
Scroll back far enough, you see the ratchet.
It's not fair because do you only get canceled because you're in this limelight?
Yeah.
Because we all do the same things that we cancel people for. We do the same thing.
But to keep supporting someone also says, like, hey, this is okay. Especially when, like I said, you get to a certain level of influence. You kind of start to get this God complex that you can't be touched and you don't have consequences. So, you know what I'm talking about. Absolutely. It's like you're above the law. Yeah. You don't get the same type of punishment as anybody. To punish you takes 10 times the effort because of your influence. So, to keep supporting you makes it seem like, hey, this is okay. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes cancel culture is good because it's like we don't stand for that. The collective voice saying we don't stand for that. And even if the judicial system won't punish you because of who you are, we will.
Absolutely. Exactly. Yeah, and I agree with that too.
Yeah.
So it is a good and a bad.
It's a good and a bad.
Like most things.
Okay. I had another one who I think should be canceled. I mean, because I canceled her for myself.
Ooh.
Sky from Black Ink Crew.
Oh, yeah.
When she said that to them kids,
I unfollowed her.
I unfollowed her after I watched the episode. I don't know if y'all seen that, but
when she went off on her son.
Yeah, she got into it with her son, and if you've ever watched Black Ink Crew, you kind of watch the progression of their relationship. So she went seeking these kids she gave up for adoption all these years ago, and it's like you went and seek them to tear them down and to make them like worse men. You know what I mean? Like what? Like it just. You
just can't mess with a person like that.
No, leave them where you could have left them be. You could have left them be. They would have never known you were you. You know what I mean? But you went and you sought out these people to tear them up. You've already done enough damage. And it just made me so upset to hear a mother talk to her son that way. And I was like, nope, unfollow. And I love Sky because she's a Virgo. I love my Virgos instantly. And I loved Sky. Always was Team Sky. But after that, I unfollowed her because I just didn't like it. I think that's how I cancel you. I just unfollow you.
Yeah, because I mean...
What else could I do?
What can I do? I just don't want... You do your thing. People want to support you.
Yeah, I won't bash you.
Yeah, like you're not...
You just not getting my follow.
Yeah, you just need some healing. Some help. Because that's
and I don't want to see.
I don't want to support... Maybe if you fixed it out, like how Chris Brown seemed to have changed or whatever.
Ever since he had his daughter... We don't see him in court. Yeah, we don't see him.
So he's changed.
He's changed.
So his cancel culture, his alienation for what he did,
we walked him back
because he changed.
I mean, we walked him back before that. After he cried at the BT Awards.
Oh yeah, that's when I took him back.
I said, yep.
That's when I took him back right then and there.
He sings way back in our heart.
I said, yeah, Chris. We all made mistakes.
We was all crying. He was singing Michael Jackson. I love you. It was something about a man in the mirror. But I was like,
that's what I was
you come on back.
Because we make mistakes.
Yeah, and all people want to do, that's why people try to get on and apologize, because all people want to do is connect with you and see the humanity and say, okay, you're really sorry. But people do this like, this Monday, like they just, like it's almost like a duty. Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they do shit and they say sorry and they come
but
back.
not really sorry.
But so you're just sorry because you don't. It's not because you're.
When your mom will force you to apologize to your cousin.
Yeah, because you're not really sorry. You just don't want to be in trouble no more.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna say sorry. I'm gonna still do it. I'm just not gonna.
I mean, be careful when she walk out.
Yeah, when she's not looking.
Yeah, absolutely. When she leave,
so certain people. I mean, I feel like we can tell
when it's genuine.
When it's genuine.
When it's
not,
for a check.
or when it's a true mistake, or this is just who the hell you are.
Yeah.
Because people are who they are, and not all the time it's a mistake.
Yeah.
It's just who you are.
Sometimes people just sad they messed up the bag. They're not sad that, like I was just saying about Lovely Mimi. She said we heard her. The mistake is we heard her.
Right. The mistake was not what she said.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What do you think about all the stuff that's going on with T.I.?
I kind of canceled T.I. a while ago. When we was rioting here in the summertime.
And when he called Atlanta Wakanda.
He said it was Wakanda. Then he gonna tell us to go home. After I can literally remember 3 or 4 years ago us protesting. You know, for I think it was Eric Garner. We were protesting for somebody. I look over and who's right there marching with us? T.I. And now
he telling us to go home.
Now you're on the news telling us to stop protesting.
But he does all that on Instagram.
Right, but you know. You miss the power to the people. Like, you gotta pick a side. Like, either you want to be that person, you proclaim yourself to be this activist, but then when it's time to march, when it's time to really do something, you tell us to go home. I was so mad at him, like, because I wasn't expecting that from him of all people. And so I unfollowed him then. But then with all this stuff now,
I don't know. I've
heard about it already. If you're in Atlanta, you've kind of heard it before.
Know.
It's not that new. It's like new to everybody else. I've heard that before from a few people. So it's not new. I don't think like
that's just a lie. I don't think he's doing any. I think
it's
know.
Permission based, like he said. I don't think he's forcing anybody to do what they're doing. Do I think it's something
coerced? Do I think it's like?
I think it's wrong. I think it's weird. I think it's, you know what I'm saying, something I wouldn't be involved in.
But that's for them.
That's their stuff.
That's their business. And if you
people
choose
who decide
to be
to
consensual
indulge
to that, then that's on you.
That's you.
How could you be mad?
Yeah, so I don't really feel a way towards that because he's not like attacking anybody or taking anybody out of their will or taking away someone's choice. That's where my problem comes in.
So can you
take away my choice?
Pressure? He's pressuring them.
Is it pressure?
Is it? Some people would say yes, some people would say no. Some people
I don't know.
It's your choice. You can't pressure me into doing anything that I don't want to do.
Yeah, I mean, some people are easier to persuade than others, but
so do you
still
prey on
have
those
a
people?
choice. I mean, yeah, you can prey on people that are easily to persuade, but you still have a choice, you know? And not to say that what happens next to you is not wrong or unwarranted or unexpected or weird, but you know you did have a choice. And my problem really lies in taking away people's choice. But grown people choose what grown people want to do and what they want to be and with who. And you know what I mean? So, you know, it's kind of like on the fence. I don't know. I don't know.
And then people come out to get attention.
I'm about to say, and try to the source. Why are they all coming out?
Yes, to cancel somebody, but it's for their own gain.
Yeah.
People like to come out and this whole, it's just
Are you coming out to heal? Are you coming out?
Are you coming out to get attention?
Yeah, to get some money.
To get some money to extort. Like, what are you trying to do?
And
so now it's kind of like it can. The thing about cancel culture is that its intentions at the end of the day are pure. I think they're good. I think that it's here. We should be able to voice that we're not okay with certain behaviors from certain people who we look up to or who are in certain roles. At the same time, people take advantage of things, like anything. If you think of any system, it's always people who are going to take advantage, even though it's there for a good intention, right?
Yeah.
So there are going to be people who are going to use it to manipulate, to gain stuff from people.
Abuse
it could be so much bigger than what we could see. Like, it could be bigger things. Like bigger money moves that we don't even see, and they cancel certain prominent people because they want to, stop their bag.
They did to
Bill Cosby, right? Because that could be very well true.
Yeah, it could be.
Literally, that could be true, and who knows? And maybe he did do certain things, but they take things when it's convenient.
Yeah.
Because they probably already knew. If that were the case, they probably already knew that. You know what I mean? But now, when I see you doing something good, or you're trying to do something that
I don't want you to do.
Yeah, then I'm gonna take that and now, so it's used in a malicious way sometimes. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's brought us more good than bad. Because some of these, like, at the end of the day, a lot of this shit shouldn't slide.
Yeah.
And we are in a new era where people are sensitive and people are not going to just sit for any type of, like, you know, hate or bias or judgment because of who we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it comes to race, when it comes to gender, all that type of stuff, like, we can't just sit back and just kiki and laugh and look away over some stuff that's just not okay. That if it was you, you would be bothered. But because it's not you, then we laugh at it.
Yeah.
But when it's us, we laugh at other stuff. We ignore other people. But when it's us, it's a problem. Yeah. And we don't, you know, and same for other people when it comes to us. Like, you know, we don't always, only when it's affecting us is when we seem to care. Yeah. And that's in anything. And I feel like, you know, people just use things sometimes for their own gain. People use things to just, you know, it's not always pure intention. So it could, I think cancel culture has been good and beneficial in our,
but when abused and used the wrong way, like anything
it could have detrimental consequences.
You could really ruin someone's life who really is innocent.
Yeah.
You know, and we take this raft on people, and then we don't have nothing in
place
to put them back together. Or we can't even have a space
to change.
Yeah.
Because what if I did make a mistake? What if I didn't even know better? I'm saying, like, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people sometimes, they don't even realize that they're hurting somebody, or that they come across as being insensitive. And now that they've realized it, sometimes they can't even change. They're just cut off. They're just canceled. So
they're labeled and discarded. But like we said, people are still people, and we want to connect. We want to hear that you're sorry. We want to see you reform.
Yeah.
You know, we want to see
and
that.
And we do. I think at the end of the day, we
We
appreciate that more. And that does hold a lot of weight when you're truly sorry for some stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't.
I've canceled more people than I thought. I didn't realize that I was such a big part of this.
I'm a canceller too.
But I don't bash because there's different levels. I just
and I'm not internet trolling, and I'm not typing "you deserve to die" on somebody's stuff.
Absolutely not.
Or you're the worst person in life.
I just hit unfollow. You know who got canceled quick?
Who?
Tokyo Jets.
Oh yeah, when she was on live.
Yeah, and she choked that girl, something like that.
Yeah, or something.
Something what happened around the time that George Floyd died. Mm-hmm. She got George Floyd.
And her
followers went from millions to 2 in like seconds, and I was one of the ones who don't follow her, and I still don't follow her. Yeah. Because I was from over here.
I didn't care for
But I'm sure the followers from now to then have gone back up. You know what I'm saying? So people,
absolutely.
They cancel you.
People forget. The thing about this society too is that we're so on to the next thing to cancel that once you get canceled and you just sit back a little bit, let it die down, you can come right back. And that's what it is. So most of the world have just moved on, and time heals all wounds, they say. So
I
guess it pertains to cancel culture too.
I guess it does. Well, I hope this makes you think twice
about your canceling
and how you go about it, and if it's necessary, and who deserves to be canceled, and whatever. Like, it is a lot to think about.
It is, because this time that we live in,
I don't want to be canceled.
I don't want to be canceled either, right? Because what if I'm not that? I'm not my past. So how could you?
Yeah, but I was at one point my past. Yeah. But at that point, I was just a product of my environment.
Kevin Hart is somebody else who we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah, Kevin Hart was canceled. What did he? Oh, for his old tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're always pulling up old tweets, but I don't know.
Yeah, they tried to cancel. They tried to cancel my brother Baby. The other his tweets.
Yeah. Soon as his song went big, they want to cancel.
I said that ain't nothing. Well, that's all y'all can find. Boy, look, I probably got some stuff on Instagram because both canceled. But yeah, like, we were just a product of our environment. Like you said, we didn't know. We didn't know that 10 years from now that you would be in this type of space. That you didn't have a space that people would care what you said 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like, why do you care about 10 years ago?
Yeah.
It's 10 years ago.
Yeah, I hope that, like, wherever my influence goes, y'all understand that I am hood, okay? And very ghetto. Ma'am, please don't be fooled. Don't let the smooth taste fool you, baby. No, this is not who I used to be.
I don't have a lot to dig from. Y'all ain't gonna find much on me. You know.
I leave mine up. I'm so transparent. It's still up. I was thinking that. I was like, should I go back?
Yeah, if you ever found anything about me that I ever said, yeah, I said it because that's how I felt at that time.
At the time, and maybe I didn't have enough information or tools or maturity or wisdom to know better.
Absolutely.
But I don't take back anything I said or did. I've grown from it. And I leave mine up. I thought about that though. I'm like, should I delete all this stuff? Because, I mean, all you gotta do is scroll to see what it used to be. I was like, nah, that's who I am. It's a part of me. I'm going to leave it. You can
see the growth. Exactly. Yeah. See the growth.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
That was a good one.
I know.
Now I'm going to try to not cancel people somewhere, or at least think twice.
I'm going to think twice about it. So what do y'all think I should do about the R. Kelly thing, y'all? Y'all still listen to his music?
No, and you've been sneaking. I didn't even know you listen to. Because our other best friend, she unapologetically.
Yeah, she said, "I'm sorry. This is why I can't." How you feel about Boosie? You say you're not canceling. Look,
Boosie's
every time I say his name,
he's just saying things.
Oh, he's not.
He's hurting feelings. He's not
hurting people.
Being traumatic.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
You gotta leave my Boosie alone.
But I don't know, y'all. Let me know.
Tell her.
Am I a bad person for listening to R. Kelly?
No, don't take it that far.
Am I a horrible, terrible person?
You're just inconsiderate of all the people you talk to. But y'all, as always, we appreciate y'all for listening. Tell a cousin to tell a friend to tell her god sister and check out an episode. Follow us on Instagram at The Meech Show. Follow Rish at Ariel_Marii.
Yep.
And yeah. Like, subscribe this video, and we'll see you next time.
Like, subscribe, share, watch it again, and watch it again.
And comment.
Bye.
Bye.